We are now going to create another script called level loader and attach that level 2 image. Public class level loader mono behavior, public int this level, private selector void start selector is equal to find object of type selector, void update if selector dot farthest level this level. This dot tag is equal to off. Get component renderer dot enabled is equal to false, else this tag is equal to on. Get component renderer dot enabled is equal to true. So these images are now our level loaders. When the level select scene is created, they will all appear as they should, and they will check to see if the player has gotten far enough yet. If the player has not, they will disappear. Get component rendered dot enabled is equal to false and set the tag to off. Attach this to game object and then enter the public integer this level and inspector, which should of course be 2. As you can see the code, we need to check the level is going to be in the selector script because we only want to do this once, which has a public property load level. To get this value, all we have to do is to add just one line of code to start method in that script. Player pref dot get int, that is farthest level. Of course, we also need to define the public integer up top. The level loader images will then disappear if the player has not gotten far enough to play them yet when the player selects the question mark. They are still really selecting an invisible level 2, but because the tag is set to off, it won't load. A few final comments, give it a try and you should find that first you can only play level 1 only after you reach level 2 via the rocket, and then load this screen up again. You will be able to choose either progresses. So that means here our progress is saved that with rocket we are going into level 2, and after going to level 2 we can play both levels, but initially we can only play level 1. So we are going according to our plan.